Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the different defenses the New York Jets have to face the rest of the way and if there's any chance of their offense coming around. But before we get started, just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever it is that you get your podcast. You can call in, leave me your question. I'll try to get to it on the show. And last but not least, maybe check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Matt O'Leary NY. We're doing articles. I just had one go up about a specific Clemson product that I really like. Is it Trevor Lawrence? Is it someone else? Not going to say. Check it out over there, and you get a whole bunch of stuff, pregame live streams. It's a whole lot of fun, so check it out. All right, so let's start with the defenses that they've played so far. They played some pretty good defenses through the first 4 weeks. The Bills are 18th in points and 22 in yards. While that might not look great on paper, we know that the Bills have a pretty good defense. They have the playmakers. They've just not put it together through the first 4 weeks of the year. And I mean, sometimes that happens early on in a season, but this is a good defense. There's no doubt about it. 49ers have been great this year on defense. 5th in points, 6th in yards. Then you have Indianapolis in week 3. They are one of the best defenses in the league. 1st in points, 2nd in yards. And then Denver, 16th in points, 18th in yards. So obviously, the 2 weeks in the middle, in week 2 and 3, are really, really good defenses. The week 1 and week 4, Buffalo and Denver, they're okay right now, but we know Buffalo could be a little bit better. But I wanted to look at the rest of the season and which weeks maybe we could expect the offense to be a little bit better. I'm not saying that they're going to, put up 35 points or anything like that. All right, this is an anemic offense, but they do have some pieces coming back, and I just wanted to talk about the defenses the Jets are facing. So we'll start with Arizona, who they're playing this week. 11th in points, 17th in yards. Wouldn't really expect the offense to completely turn it around this week. I think it's probably more of the same. Then you have the Chargers, who I would say is a pretty decent defense. 13th in points, 21 in yards. Again, you're going on the road. I don't really think this is a defense where the Jets are going to turn their offensive season around. And then you got the Bills again. I'm not looking forward to playing the Bills. They're cooking on all cylinders right now, and not a good matchup for the Jets. After the Bills, you have 2 really tough games in a row. You have the Kansas City Chiefs, who not only do we know how good the offense is, Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid are doing a great job with Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce. We know the whole bunch. But they are 3rd in points in defense and 3rd in yards. So they have a top 5 defense also. So that's going to be a disaster. Not looking forward to that game at all. And then the Jets follow that up against the New England Patriots. They have their top 10 defense also. 9th in points, 10th in yards. Don't expect the Jets to turn it around that week. The following week, though, against the Miami Dolphins, we might finally see a semblance of an offense. The Jets haven't been back-to-back weeks, essentially. They have the bye week in between, but Miami's 14th in points, which is about middle of the pack, obviously, but 29th in yards. They give up a ton of yards, so maybe that is finally when we could see the New York Jets offense turn around. You have it in back-to-back weeks, so you could have a couple decent-looking games in a row. Maybe. After the back-to-back Miami, you have the Raiders, who are 25th in points, 23 in yards. That was one of the better Jets games last year. I'm not saying the Jets could beat the Raiders or really the Dolphins or any one of these teams, but the Jets' offense on paper should theoretically look better than it has against the Raiders, whose defense really struggled. Offensively, they could put up some points, but defensively, they're not that great. The Jets should, again, on paper, should be able to put up some points here. Then, obviously, the following week is an interesting matchup on the road against Seattle, and there's going to be a lot of motivation going into this one because you're playing Jamal Adams and whatnot. But while Seattle's offense is amazing, one of the best teams in the league by far, defensively, they are really struggling. 22nd in points, 32nd, worst in the league in yards against. The Jets' offense maybe could do a little bit of something. Do they win this game? I would say probably no, but it would be nice to see the offense just do something, please. After that, you have the Rams, who are 8th in points, 16th in yards. I would say probably not. I would not expect the New York Jets to be able to do all that much against that defense. Then you have Cleveland, who is 28th in points, 27th in yards. Offense should look a little bit better. Their offense is really good. They've been cooking on all cylinders right now. They beat Dallas up pretty good, but 28th in points, 27th in yards, really nothing to write home about. And you got New England again to close the season. So I really see 5 games, both Miami games, the Raiders, Seattle, and Cleveland, for the best chances for the offense to look okay. Do they win all those games? Absolutely not. They might not win any of those games, but this is where I think you could see a Jets team look a little bit different. And I don't know what we're rooting for here. If you're rooting for the tank, if you're rooting for Sam Darnold to turn around, I'm just trying to give you the information that I see. I'm telling you which defenses look good, which defenses don't look so good. Miami right now on defense is struggling a little bit. Offensively, they've been okay. The Raiders, same thing there, and Seattle and Cleveland, we know that as well. But if the Jets win 2 of those games, maybe stumble into another random win, it's probably going to give you 3-13, 4-12. I guess there's a chance this team goes 0-16. Of course, there is a chance this team goes 0-16, but the likelihood of that happening is probably pretty slim. It's the NFL. Like, weird stuff happens. Teams win weeks they're not supposed to win. Other teams lose weeks they're not supposed to lose. It happens every single week in the NFL. And while things look really bad, you have to also remember the Jets started 1-7 last year and finished the season 6-2. No one is expecting them to finish the year 6-2. We know they finished 6-2 because of their really strong defense for the most part, but they did have a nice stretch run of offense against teams like the Redskins, now the Washington football team, the Giants, and the Raiders as well. So maybe we see a couple of nice performances from the offense where they at least look like a functioning NFL team, and they win a couple of games. But that's really it. That's all I wanted to talk about this week or today, I guess. It's just the defenses the New York Jets have to go up against and what we think of them. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Again, you can follow me on social media. Make sure to subscribe if you're new here. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.